Welcome back to my channel, Logan Speed Shop. Well, after a few weeks of kind of pissing around, not achieving a hell of a lot, I'm back into the RX7. Got it pushed out into the middle, just so I got plenty of space to work on. Of course, like every day, the bloody S15 has to move outside. But today's challenge is around the tail lights, basically because I want to start on the body loom. And the big thing I want to do is just run from the front round to the back. Obviously there's shit all through the car, but it's not going to affect us too much as it's just going to run up this side, up, along, up and around, so it shouldn't be too bad. I got the power probe over here. I'm going to chuck a battery up onto the bench and just probe the tail light and confirm each of the pins doing exactly what I think it is, and check some masking tape on and label it. Looks like I should be able to use a connector I've already got, so I don't have to recycle one, which will be good. Obviously I've got the whole loom in here, but wherever I can use a new connector I will be doing that, as hey, it's just a little bit nicer. But before I even want to start probing, I want to do some cutting. So where I've marked here, the bloody needs to be cut, as the tail light doesn't fit. Grab one. Oh, seal's coming away over the top of this one. Side. I'm struggling to line it up, but you can see one of the sockets doesn't completely clear as it's failing on the body. And then further to that, the extra reverse light, which doesn't have a bulb holder in at the moment, gonna have to find one for that. Won't be accessible, as it will be about there. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut it out. I could probably work around, just do a little bit of a trimming and flip the bulb holder off to the side for the reverse, but if I'm gonna do a little bit, might as well do a lot. Cut it right out. But easy enough done. Just get the grinder in there, 3 cups on each side, and then just clean it up with the die grinder and a little sand disc. Shouldn't be too bad. What else we got to do after that? Check the back up, roll the guards, and then round the front end. Kind of something I've been attacking every day a little bit. Just get the wire wheel. See, I've done it on this side, and just going around all the surface rust. There's still a heap to do on this side, still a bit to do on the other side, and then just odds and ends. Although the bay's not going to be prepped for paint anytime soon, well, probably sometime soon, but just the small bits, the ones that I'm going to hate later on, so I might as well attack now. I mean, it's pretty obvious what each of the bloody lights does within reason, apart from the brake and the park, but hey, we'll get the probe, let's make it easy on ourselves. So I'll set you guys up here. So yeah, hopefully that's a alright view. Get the probe. Reverse, which is what I expected. Indicator, what I expected. High beam, brake. High beam, well, headlights. So, easy as, I'm just going to chuck some bloody labels on it, make it easy for myself. I've also got a brand new plug, tested in there, fits snug as, just like a finger in the bum, so can't beat that. And I just got to find a globe holder for this side. Chucked out all my bloody spare tail lights the other day, so don't think I've got any. Might have to do a wrecker's mission to find that one, or I never know, might have something hidden away. But yeah, label them up. Well, lucky I checked. I was expecting this bugger to finish off about here. How I've cut my hole, but obviously he goes past it. So I need to trim a little bit more. as at the moment, it still bumps in about there. So we'll just go a little bit more. Be away laughing. Let's do this again. Take 2. Just like that, we got success. Obviously, I'm going to trim off the outside. Tried to radius this little bit with the grinder as much as I could. Not great, but it'll work. Yeah, she's all in there as well as it can be without any nuts on there. Still need to order some M8 nuts actually. Yeah, let's do the other side, make sure it fits, then tidy it all up. Yay! And just like that, I got some badly rolled guards, but they're rolled. Basically just trying to get them out a little bit so when Corey does the prep for paint, he's got a base and he doesn't have to lie under the car getting covered in shit, whacking them, or take the wheels off. Look, they're not perfect, but it is a base and it should be pretty good to work from. I say that, but I'm probably wrong. I'm not a panel beater. Yeah, both sides done. This side was a lot worse. Paint's just started chipping as it had been all resprayed. You can see the paint down there. Even there where it had been smacked out before. Heap of bog in this bit of the quarter. But yeah, it's just bad prep underneath, I think, as well. But she's off. She's smacked with a hammer. Let's call it rolled. And ready for the next job, which is going to be bloody mounting the nexus so I can run the loom to the back of the car. Not gonna lie, kind of just got impatient and decided to chuck it in there. So ECU has been mounted. She's in there firm, just 2 bolts in the back with nut sets, bit of room on the front to put the plugs in, considering this bad boy is the engine hole. Haven't put my fingers through a hole like that in a while. Bloody, oh, run those wires down the bottom. Bit of room to play with to hide stuff in the back there, and easy enough to get the terminals all on there safely. Should be good. Probably could have mounted it a bit straighter, but no, it'll all be hidden. Well, you guys will know. Time to have some lunch, I guess. Then run the wires to the back, make some room, run the wires to the back of the car. You see the hell of spaghetti I'm working with, but starts like spaghetti, should end beautiful. How's that for spaghetti? Fucking 5 meters of just wiring, at least it's color coded. Work it out. But we've got these plugs to go into the ECU. I've made a bit of space here. I don't need both hands, so I'll chuck them in now. But what I have done is this little bundle here is all the stuff to the rear of the car. Taped off 2 wires, the indicators, and the park as well. It should be 3 wires. Double check my work there. Should be left, right, and park. And I can only see 2. So, chances are I've missed one. I'll make sure I do that as well, as I'll have to go to the front of the car as well as the back. It's easier just to leave a little bit of a service loop there. But yeah, let's get into it. Run these, get them in some braided sheath, and before I forget about it, here we are. Got this bad boy as well, speaker wire, as we're going to have the 2 speakers in the back, and might as well combine this and the rest of this mess. So when we run that, I will cable tie the speaker wire into it. Bit of spaghetti organisation. Just get this cable tied up on the lug there, and then along the way some cable ties to hold it kind of together. So that is all the wiring that is needed for the back of the car. Both the speakers, got the large fuel pump, park lights, indicators, and high beams brake lights. It's not much. Oh, and the fuel level, of course. The fuel pump is hiding under here. I'll move the sunroof out of the way now, actually. The replacement one for the roof. Where else is the sunroof gone, I guess? Got there, dusty bugger. So the plan is cover that and braid for the way back. We've got the roll down there. Size is off than I'd like. I'd rather go in 9mm, but I don't have enough. I've only got enough for 6mm here at the moment. So 6mm it is, otherwise I go too big. We'll go to a breakout here and then run a DTP plug for the fuel pump setup, and the speaker that can then double back up, as there's no point putting the breakout too high. I might move the breakout up a little bit actually, that way the speaker can go in and they can just get routed down. That'll work as well. The whole time I'm in the back here, I'm looking going, where can I put a battery? Not 100% sure yet. Kind of need to get everything figured out. But it's either going to get that side. Just be a little bugger anyway. Could chuck it down the spare wheel tyre well, but I do like the idea of having a spare wheel tyre in there. But yeah, can't imagine I'm going to film this, as it's going to be bloody me swearing away a bit as I cut everything to length and try and feed it all back through. How fun's wiring. Didn't end up filming any of the progress on this, just too frustrating basically. But yeah, got the speaker wires nice and long there. Otherwise, yeah, runs along there, up and over. Obviously will be mounted properly when everything's put back together, but no point now. The fuel pump's got the DTP plug here. It's a nice power, earth, and then just the level as well. Level actually needs an earth, but it'll just go over to the earth there. Yeah, tail lights plugged in. Everything that needs to be doubled up has gone doubled up over to that bugger. Again, speaker wire run up there. Couple of earths. They'll just go around to the factory points around the front, I'd say. But yeah, everything obviously sitting too long. Tail lights are about ready to fall out. They're not bolted in. But I'm glad that is done. Oh, how good does it look with S5 tail lights, Series 5 tail lights in there? Bloody good. What's next? Rest of the wiring. Would be nice if I could just knock the rest out now. Really wish I could, but hey, not yet. Guess I gotta do some sanding on the front, grab the wire wheel. Alright, well that's me done. And for you guys thinking, yeah, I should have hole sawed them. Yeah, I should have. These tail light holes, instead of cutting out, probably should have just hole sawed there. But I will put some foam in between so it'll seal. So it should be good. Some things don't always come out to plan, but you just got to make them work. And sometimes you rush into things and don't do them quite the best way. So you have to make the best of it. But in this case, she will be fine. I'm sure of it. Otherwise, chuck the spoiler on just so I can see what it looks like, because I was starting to think maybe it'd be better without. But still sold on the spoiler. How good is Paint Stripper? Look at its work, it's magic on the bonnet scoop. Takes a little bit of time, but a bit of pressure washing afterwards cleans it up pretty bloody well. I just have to sand the rest of it. Wow, again, like everything with me, that escalated pretty bloody fast. And yeah, it got some parts that are partially stripped. Got one of the front bits there, the skirts, which had way too many layers of paint on them, the scoop, which, look, it's not perfect, but for a start it's good. One pod in the same position as the skirt, and the bumper. Bumper needs a hell of a lot, but at the moment I'm out of 80, and yeah, really I'm not sure if what I'm doing is overly helpful. I think it is, getting all the paint off. It's still going to need another once over by Corey, because hey, I'm no professional. I'm just learning as I go pretty much, and today I wasn't really asking questions about what I should be doing, which is probably going to bugger it up a little bit in the long run, but still hopefully more productive than not touching it at all. Oh well, bring on the paint.